Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Am Caboose here, bringing you another video, and I'm sorry for the 4-day absence, guys. I've just been extremely busy doing things with the Beatdown with J-Roar, which is this big 16-man tournament for Injustice. If you haven't heard about it, go to J-Roar's channel. It'll be linked in the description. Check it out. Unfortunately, all 16 people that are to be in the tournament are in the tournament now, so there's no way to be entered in. But it's happening next week. So yeah, let's get that aside. Sorry once again for the 4-day absence. I've just been really busy. I'm coming down to the end of my school year, so I got to do a lot of studying because exams are coming up, and I got to do good on those. So without further ado, let's talk about the video that we have coming for you today. But like I said, Injustice videos are coming soon. Tomorrow or the next day, you'll get an Injustice video, and Arkham Origins news is coming too. So yeah. But without further ado, let's get into the review for the Hangover 3. Now, this is the third installment into a much enjoyable universe of comedic actors and comedic films. I didn't 100% enjoy Hangover 2, but I did enjoy it to an extent because although even though the title says that it's a sequel, if you look at it as a standalone film, it's friggin' hilarious. So I did laugh my ass off at plenty of parts in Hangover 2, and I enjoyed that. And who doesn't enjoy the first Hangover? So let's get in with it. Let's get in with it. What? Let's get on with it. The Hangover 3. This is such a comedic film. It's so enjoyable. All the characters are just the same way they were, but with added, a new personality, like a new trait about them, with the old ones. Alan's still kind of stupid, and he has his smart moments at the same time, but then he has this new trait where he just completely attacks Ed Helms or Stu, and he just always makes fun of him throughout the movie, and it's just hilarious the banter that they have back and forth between each other, because Stu is it's like talking crap with a 5-year-old. You just don't want to do it, so Stu is always just shutting up and letting Alan say what he has to say, and totally disregarding it. So that it was just hilarious, and I love the banter that they have between each other. Chow is pretty much annoying, but that's what they do right. The character's supposed to be annoying. If the characters in the film are annoyed by someone, and you are also annoyed by that same someone, then they're doing their job right. So they did that perfectly. Chow was pissing me off, but he had some freaking hilarious scenes that I laughed extremely hard at. It's just an all-around enjoyable movie that you're just going to have a lot of fun to watch. It's not for everybody. If you didn't enjoy Hangover 2, which most people... Actually, if you didn't enjoy the first Hangover, then you will definitely not enjoy this film. The best part about it that could be a bad thing to a lot of people is that it wasn't 100% comedy. It wasn't comedic beginning to end. There were some scenes that really just made you go, ah, man, that's just awesome. That's just faith in humanity restored or something like that, where you just grin and you're just happy about what's happening on screen, and I love those scenes. Those scenes really just made me go, this is more than just a comedy film, It really is the third installment. It isn't just them on a crazy wild adventure again, which they basically are. But yeah. So the plot of the film is that Chow escapes from prison in Bangkok, and he has a bunch of money from John Goodman's character, and he has to, and John Goodman basically kidnaps Doug and makes the wolf pack find Chow, and get the money back to John Goodman. So that brings me to another thing, is that Doug is just not included in the film at all. Even the scenes that he does end up showing up in throughout the film, he just doesn't talk. There's no dialogue between them, which kind of bothered me. I would love to see him be more involved in the Hangover series because he's excluded from all 3 films, and that sucks because I can guarantee that this guy could be funny and he can just have some great moments, especially he could get pissed off at Alan or I don't know, something. So yeah, I really wish that they included Doug more with dialogue at least. I love the return of the cameos of some characters like Black Doug shows up. I'm not gonna tell you how or whatever. Um, I think her name is I don't remember her name from Hangover One, but the stripper that Ed Helms marries in Hangover One, she has a cameo in the film, and Carlos is in it, and it's just great, and I love it, and I love that they made their appearances in the film. They really went back to the first movie, so it was what Hangover 2 should have been, and more. So it was a great trilogy, or not a great trilogy. It was a great end to a franchise of films that is just pure comedy. And I love this movie like a ton. It's a great movie, and you should definitely check it out. Like I said, if you don't enjoy the first Hangover movie, you won't enjoy this, though. Now, I rate this film, before we get on with what I'm going to talk about, I rate this film a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, there are a few dry spots. Uh, Doug really isn't included in the film too much, and Mr. Chow is a little overly annoying. So we're going to talk about spoilers now really quickly. So click off this video if you haven't seen The Hangover yet. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's talk spoilers. So this film, I love it. I love the way they included Black Doug, the way he's like a kind of a bad guy. I thought him and John Goodman were going to be the main villains of the film, but he just gets killed off, and I was like, whoa, what? Some scenes, like, I didn't even realize that could have been John Goodman's house in the scene in the trailer. I was like, whose house could that be? Or throughout the film, and then I realized, oh my god, it's John Goodman's. So yeah, that was great, and oh my goodness, the after credits scene was hilarious. That was the best part of the film. It was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. I went over to my cousin when it was coming towards the end of the film, and I was like, it would be perfect because Alan gets married at the end of the film. I said, it would be perfect if the mid-credit scene they just wake up and they have another hangover, and it happened. And oh my goodness, I laughed my ass off. Stu has breast implants. There's like a motorcycle through a TV. It went on a bit too long, so I was like, okay, let's just end. I would have liked it if just like Chow comes in, and then Bradley Cooper goes, Stu, look down, and then he sees his breast implants. He like screams or whatever, and end and done. But it was dragged on a little bit, but not too much, and it doesn't really bother me. Like I said, the film is still great. It's still hilarious, and that is definitely the funniest scene in the film, hands down. That mid-credit scene. So that's just about it. Injustice videos coming soon, guys. So get prepared. I'm Amp Caboose. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.